And number 7 on the tax trap is just, and I've kind of alluded to it in other ways, but I can't tell you how many times I've received a telephone call where a client says, Craig, we have got an old car that we have just nursed until we just aren't going to nurse it anymore, and we've been out looking around, and we need you to get us some money, send us some money to make this purchase. Sounds good. Happy to do it. How much do you need? Well, we've haggled them down to it's going to take about $50,000. And $50,000 is a nice car, but it's not too much car anymore, is it? Right? Okay, great. Be happy to do that. I have a check out to you right away. How do you want me to handle the taxes? And the phone goes dead. The what? The taxes. Well, how do you want to pay for the taxes on this? I hadn't thought about that. What's that going to cost me? Oh, kind of in your tax bracket, $16,000. So you mean I got to take out $67,000? $67,000 to buy a $50,000 car? All of a sudden that good deal on that car doesn't sound so good anymore, does it? And so you know what? Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, they gulp and they say, well, hold off. And I can't tell you how many decisions I've seen held off from people who had enough money to go do that deal, but they decided not to because the taxes were going to be too much. So they work and they save and they invest their whole life, get to the finish line, have enough money that they can do it, but a tax decision keeps them from enjoying the fruits of what they saved their whole life for. I don't think that's what you're working for. I don't think that's what you save the money for, but it's an emotional thing and it's very psychological. I'm sorry, it's a psychological thing that's very emotional because you just don't want to dilute the pot because you're not sure how long you're going to last. You don't know what's going to happen next, and it doesn't happen. I've talked so many clients into buying the second home, and I've had to prove to them over and over, yes, you can retire. Let me show you. Let me stress test it again. Let me show you. You can retire. You can retire. You can retire. You can buy the second home. You can take the family vacation. You can invest in your family. You can do those things. But they don't when it comes down to paying the taxes. Oftentimes, not always. And some people that are listening to this may be at a point where, you know, I don't care what the taxes are. We got the money. We're going to spend it. But that's not everybody. And to the greater point of what that I will try to get across to you today is there is a way to do this where later you don't have to pay any taxes. Well, no taxes is a whole lot better than just suffering through paying taxes.